Howdy, 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 folks. I got a little tank review for you, and it's featuring the H.I.S.S. See what I did there? The tank is called the H.I.S.S, so I hissed. Okay. Yeah, I'll never do that again, I promise. But either way, I got a tank review for you guys, and this is my this is my first time. No, yeah, this is my first time in an Era 2 tank in Cold War. I do not play a lot of Cold War. I just don't find it fun. But I do find this tank very fun. This thing is so much fun. It's camo. You can see down there in the bottom right, that is not my proxy spotting circle. That is my detection circle. This thing can be within 180 meters from a tank and not be spotted, which you guys will see in this video. This is the first time I played this tank. This was my first game in it. I picked it up because my buddies said they're having a lot of fun in it, and I was like, I don't really like Cold War, but I do love light tanks, and so I will give this a try. Now, I didn't realize this until later on in the game, but there are a lot of bots, and I mean a lot of bots in this game. I want to say that more than half the enemy team is bots. Don't quote me on that, but there are a lot of bots in this game. And I'm just sort of getting the use of this tank right now. I'm getting a good feel for it. And look at this right here. Look at how close this guy is to me. I can't see how far, but if this was World War II, I would have been spotted. But I didn't get spotted. I'm completely invisible, other than True Vision, of course, which is the only thing making this tank not incredibly overpowered, is the True Vision aspect of this game. Because if you were just able to drive around willy-nilly and not get spotted and not be seen, you'd be like Casper. But I think I'm finally, oh, okay, could have died there, but I didn't. I'm tired of seeing what this, I already saw right there the camo's broken, so now I want to see what this gun is about. And this gun is fun. 3.8 second reload without food activated. And it fires little teeny shots, like 200 alpha. Not a lot, but it fires it fast. So I just was like, you know what? I'm going to put this tank through its paces. I want to see what this thing is about. And we're just going to pop a little handbrake right there, and you really do some turning in this with the handbrake. Set that guy on fire. He's gonna die no matter what, so we focus on another tank right here. I can't tell who's bots and who isn't bots anymore because my screen is incredibly small, but I'm pretty sure that is a bot. Yes, that is a bot. You can tell because they have single names and they're pretty small names. And you can just tell that the bots they cannot do anything against me. That medium up there to the right is not a bot. So he is the only one who's done damage to me so far. This other H.I.S.S right here might as well be a bot because he's just not that good. Sorry, but he can't hit me for his life. And so I'm just going to keep doing what this thing does best and just drive in a circle. But I can't keep driving in a circle because that other guy who isn't a bot is shredding me. So I actually start focusing him down now. I run into another tank up here. So I'm just going to keep running. There ain't nothing else I can do except run. Now, I want to focus on him, but I hadn't realized yet in this game that I was versing a bunch of bots. I thought I was literally just going up against a bunch of teammates who were enemies who were just not quite with it. I think eventually I start realizing, oh, these are bots. And once you realize they're bots, like this guy, you realize that the only time they can really hit you is if you're A, standing still, or B, driving in a straight line. So I do neither of those from this point on, and I feel pretty comfortable just driving in circles around all of these guys. We've already got to 5,000 damage without even realizing. I want to focus the non-bot over here. I don't really think those bots are going to hit me, so I don't know where that shot went. Luckily, he misses on me. I'm going to manually aim this shot. Maybe I'm just going to start cutting it, get to his side, and he's done. That guy gave it a good effort. And here's another bot right here. And he gets distracted with the other tank. I'm just going to keep driving. All you need to do in this tank is just drive in circles. Okay, I wouldn't say that. When you're not versing bots, you will have to play a lot smarter than what I'm doing. I should have been dead 50 times over if I was playing against regular players, but I'm not. So I abuse the mechanics. But nonetheless, this is a great example of what this tank is capable of. And you can see right here that there's still a guy in the cap circle, but he put the fog or the smoke up. I mean, that's not really going to help him because eventually the fog is going to run out and he's going to be toast. Hit the dead tank right there, and then this guy's going to get a shot into us. I don't know any of these tanks. I do not play Cold War. I don't know what their alpha damages are. I don't know what their weak spots are. I'm literally just going off of, if I see a red bloom, I'm going to pretty much say, okay, I can pen you. And aim for lower plates. Always a good hint to people who do not play Cold War and only play World War II, like myself. And there's one last tank left in this game, and he's just gonna, I'm just gonna be driving around. I know I don't even get the kill on him, but I'm gonna take this time to just say a couple things about this tank and about Cold War in general. I don't really have anything against Cold War, the game mode, and it's more of the fact that I just don't find it fun at the moment. There's not a big spread of tanks. All of the tanks in the game are all the same practically. There's like 3 or something tanks that everyone's playing, and it gets really stale really fast. The next thing I don't like about this is that it is so expensive to proceed up the tank lines in this. Just for the first era tank on the Western, I think the Western, is $1 million something silver. How is a new player supposed? A new player can't even afford to get up to a tier 7 tank. How are they supposed to afford $1 million silver for an upgrade on a gun? I think that is just ridiculous. And yes, they're trying to counteract that with all the silver ops in this game and whatnot, but you guys can only do so much. $1 million silver is just way too much. But you can see the results, 7,000 damage, and all I had to do was drive in circles around a bunch of bots. I looked at the stats, and there was 8 bots on the enemy team that game. I didn't see on our team, but 8. More than half the enemy team was bots. And that's another thing. There's just not enough people playing this Cold War game mode to be filled with actual players. And that's a problem in and of itself. We don't even want to get into that. But let me show you guys what I run for my equipment and my loadout and stuff. So I'm actually just running the I wanted to focus on my camo and my view range on this thing. So I put a camo in and I put optics and then my vertical stabilizers. And now I'm going to show you my perks as well. But again, I focused a lot on just camo. I wanted to see this thing's incredibly crazy camo. And so you'll see that it's all camoed out, view ranged out. And then I think I focused on maybe my accuracy here and there of my gun. But this thing can still hit stuff on the move pretty dang nicely. I forget what my accuracy is on this tank, but I mean, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's probably around like 2.8, 2.7, 2.6, something like that. And now we'll see the armor. It has none. It has 0 armor. But it's funny too because you will still ricochet stuff off of this thing in places. But most of the time, you're going to be taking damage in this. And it's just such a funny looking tank. You know, I don't mind these crazy looking tanks and stuff. I mean, they add a different, you know, arcadey feel to the game. This is not a hyper realistic game. It never has been. So when they add weird stuff like this, I don't particularly mind it. But nonetheless, it is a cool addition to the game. I wish the double barrels on the top actually fired individually, but it's all good. We'll probably get that eventually. But you guys, that is what we have for the H.I.S.S here. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you guys found it helpful, then do me a favor and ammo wreck that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell if you guys want to be let know when I do another video. And why don't you go drop a comment? Let me know if you guys have the H.I.S S. Did you pick it up? Have you got killed by it? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.